Welcome to Executive Access, your home for real talk with industry leaders. I am your host, Jamie Tazi. Last week, I climbed aboard a bus at Disney World that would take me and my family from our hotel to the Magic Kingdom Park. The bus driver stood by the door with a hello and a kind word to say to everyone boarding. He overheard me mentioning that it was my son's 16th birthday, and he exclaimed, "Happy birthday! Wait, you don't have a birthday pin." And he proceeded to look everywhere on his bus and sure enough came up with one. He had my 16-year-old laughing, even though it was still early in the morning. Just as he was about to drive away, he turned to all of us on the bus with a big smile on his face. "We'll be stopping at bus stop number 12, but I'm going to see if I can get you even closer to the entrance today, get you on those rides faster." And at that, all of us cheered. I turned to my son and say, "See, it's the small things that create energy. Did you notice that?" During the rest of the bus ride, I reflected on a leadership principle I learned at Microsoft. We were told to generate energy. That's what great leaders do. But how do you generate energy with your team? How do you really do that? And how was that amazing bus driver able to get teenage boys cheering at 9 a.m. in the morning? First, energy on any team is the difference between winning and losing, the difference between second place and first place, the difference between seeing hard things through and throwing in the towel. In other words, high energy teams deliver great results and are magnets for talent. Low energy teams? Well, have you ever been a part of a low energy team? I have, and I did not stick around too long. So great leaders are deliberate about the ways in which they create energy with their teams. So how's the energy on your team? I want to break down a couple ways that any leader can bring more intentionality to the way they generate energy. And no, this message is not just for the extroverts or all the stage performers out there. This is for all of us. In fact, for you introverts, check out my short around leading authentically, and I'll link to that in the show notes. Generating energy has nothing to do with being an extrovert. I'm confident that one or more of these tips will help you grow your leadership impact. First, set the tone with your enthusiasm. It's hard to be on every second of the day, but each of us must realize that every interaction with a team member, a customer, a partner is an opportunity to generate energy or detract from it. What tone are you setting with your team? That bus driver set the tone with his enthusiasm. His words and actions were actually saying, "It's going to be a great day. It's going to be an exciting day." And his actions were contagious. My family talked about that pin all day, teasing Ethan when he wouldn't put it on and finding fun ways to acknowledge his birthday. What are you authentically enthusiastic about today? A few weeks ago, I walked into a client's office and three people turned around and yelled out, "Hi, Jamie." It felt so good. Just that simple, boisterous hello felt so darn good, and I noticed it. So I said, "Wow, let's make that a thing. Every time somebody walks into this office, let's all turn around and shout out their name. It's so fun." And we're still doing it to this day. You set the tone. What are you enthusiastic about and can your team tell? Next, I've always believed that most people want to do good work, but more than that, they want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And as a leader, it's your job to paint the picture of that exciting future vision that the team has an opportunity to create together. That future needs to be bold, yet attainable. What is that vivid story that you are telling that acts as the magnet for attracting engagement on your team? I remember when Microsoft was launching its first ERP cloud product, and I was leading the US team. I boldly told the team that we were going all in on cloud. I wouldn't approve any more on-premise deals. The team got silent at first. "What about in this situation or in that situation?" they said. And I was like, nope, we're trailblazers. We need to figure out how to make this work. Over the course of the quarter, we shifted our focus. We doubled down on cloud and we outperformed the rest of the teams by wide margins. And you know what the best part was? We had so much fun doing it. We saw ourselves as trailblazers, blasting through objections, partnering with the product teams to solve problems. We had created some true swagger. So what is the exciting vision of the future you are painting for your team? Once you have your bold yet achievable future, is everyone very clear on your team how they play an integral part of it? As I reflected on times in my career that I felt the most energy, sure, I was part of a team with an exciting future vision, But really feeling that energy was because I was very, very clear how I, Jamie Tazi, specifically could impact that exciting future. I felt confident in my capabilities. I knew exactly what was expected of me, and I received regular feedback to ensure that I was constantly on the right track. It's the leader's job to make sure each person on the team feels that deep set of clarity, including having the tools that they need to be successful. So, question for you, does every member of your team feel that way, and how do you know? If you don't know, it's time for you to find out. Third, find a great way to say yes to their creativity. Great leaders don't have all the answers because actually no human being has all the answers. They do set the exciting vision. They describe the outcomes and make sure each person knows how to contribute. But things get very exciting when team members start to throw out ideas about how to achieve the outcomes you're looking for. In fact, the mere generation of these ideas by your team tells you as a leader that you're already creating energy that is multiplying across that team. These creative ideas are ones that you probably did not come up with. You're not even sure if they're going to work. But there is one big thing about an idea that comes from another person. That person has deep ownership of it. That's why great leaders try to find a way to say yes to creative ideas from their team. Yes, let's try that. I know sometimes it may not be feasible to say yes. We have limited resources and time, but press the team members for specifics. How would you do that exactly? What's the upside? What's the risk? I bet you can say yes more than you think. And these creative ideas are often game changers, spearheaded by the unlocking of deep passion and energy from your team. Finally, celebrate achievements. Top performers hit the gas pedal constantly and often don't slow down to take the time to celebrate wins. Yet celebration regularly is a great way to recharge the team and remind them that we are on the right path. Of course, we celebrate achieving the big outcomes, but consider celebrating the milestones, smaller wins along the way. One of my clients started a practice called Win Wednesdays. They take 20 minutes and share wins across the entire team. No set agenda, just bring the wins. It could be landing a big client or launching a product update or simply sharing a meaningful learning that is setting the company on a better path. How are you celebrating achievements with your team? Great leaders generate energies. It's as simple as that. Figuring out how to generate the energy, not so simple. It takes intentionality, but it is so achievable. It starts with setting the tone with your genuine enthusiasm, creating an exciting future vision for your team and storytelling around it, making sure every member of your team has clarity around how they can contribute to that vision, saying yes to creativity from your team as often as you can, and celebrating achievements all the time. Thanks for tuning in today. Get out there and generate some energy.